air horn. What's up, Wave?
Man, appreciate it, bro. How you feeling, man?
I'm good. It's a lovely day here in Milwaukee. The sun
I
is
know
shining.
we got some good weather. We got some
We
good
do
weather.
got some good lighting, and we are very excited because we have a very talented, very special guest today. She is a New York-based artist by way of Lagos in London. Her major label debut issue comes out on May 24th, and we're excited to talk to her about it, ladies and gentlemen. The very talented, the very cool, the very groovy Halima. How are you doing, Halima? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank
I
you for that
pronounced I
intro.
pronounced the title right correctly, right?
Almost,
Almost, damn it.
almost.
Get him right. Get him right.
Yeah, give
It
me
was
right,
the
please.
effort that counted,
Sorry.
but it's pronounced Aishu.
A shoe. Damn
Yeah,
it.
like the E's are pronounced like A's in
Mm.
Nigeria.
Well,
Yeah,
I tried my hardest. I looked it up and
I
everything.
did
I looked up
best.
the pronunciation. I just maybe
Oh,
it slipped my mind, but it is the effort that counts. So let's talk about the new project. You've
sure.
already dropped two great songs from it, Awaken and Ways. I love Awaken. I that first couple lines are groovy. That I'll be better, I'll
Yeah.
be around.
Okay, Kyle.
I mean, yeah. Sorry, I had to fanboy out a little bit. So, are you happy? So yeah, we're getting close to the official release. Are you happy with the response on the first two singles so far?
I am. Honestly, like it's been such a whirlwind. Like I was just talking to my team this morning and we were like, yeah, we're 4 weeks out from
Mm.
the EP release. And I'm like, what? I blinked and then it was April. It was January and then all of a sudden, everything has happened so quickly. But I've been, very grateful and just so happy with people's like authentic responses to the music and
Mhm.
just people like enjoy the visuals, enjoying the music and the story behind like this project, which has been so special to me. So I'm just, yeah, I'm pretty over the moon about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of music videos. I think music videos should never die. I think they
Right?
add so much to an artist's swag and just a song and the imagery. So when I
Yeah.
was watching your music video, I was like, all right, not only is the music good, we got someone that's taking the visual aspect seriously. So why don't you talk about um what about the process? How involved are you when it comes to like creating the ideas for the music videos too?
I love to be involved in every aspect of the process. Um, it's important for me because it's something that like is born from like just an idea, a vision, and then it's important to see it through, in every aspect. So I work very closely with my good friend and incredible just artist in general. His name is Bellamy Brewster, and he directed um, the visual for Waves that came out this week.
Mhm.
And then prior to that, we shot Awaken and directed it with Alex Kump. And he like did all of the visual effects, like the 3D animation rendering. He did the lights, he edited it. He was like a one-man band. Incredible dude. And he really understood like the Black mythology that I was trying to explore from the onset. He really respected it and just wanted to, maintain its integrity. So it's really important for me to work with people who understand like where I'm coming from and whatever I'm trying to portray visually, like they can really treat that with sensitivity. Um, and that's just who I've worked with. I've been really lucky with my collaborators so far.
Mhm. No, that's awesome. The visual, all of it, the aesthetics and everything is just very on point.
Thank
Um,
you so
I love
much.
it. Yeah, I wanted to know. So I saw the project is about 5 songs, which is, really that's dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of the
I
the
got
small.
ADD, so it's perfect.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the smaller projects. But with that being said, I'm sure it's hard to come to like 5 solid songs you have. I'm sure you work on a lot of music. So, well, I want to know what the process was like, just making this project and then also like shaving, all the songs down to these solid fives. What was that process like?
Yeah, that's a great question because Ben, who I co-produced the tracks with,
Hmm.
he he's also an incredible artist in his own right. He goes by X Wish now. Him and I started working on this project in 2019.
Mm.
So we have gone through so many iterations of this music, and especially Awaken, which is funnily enough, Awaken sounded like this ambient drum and bass track when we first made it. It was very different. It was not like this kind of clear, almost island-esque,
Yeah.
rhythm section. And
I might have to
bass.
start singing it again if we keep talking about it.
I think we may need you to, Kyle, just to
I'll
give.
be there. I'll be around. That's all I got. I can do those two. I can hit
So
those
good.
notes. That's it. Thank you. I practiced today, but sorry to interrupt. I was excited.
No, the pitch was perfect.
I know.
Uh,
No lessons.
but yeah, the song sounded completely different from what it is now today. And that was just from, like letting life happen, letting ourselves become better musicians, just experiencing the song in real time. And then those shifts, sometimes need to happen. And then sometimes they don't. And like we had Ways written really early on and we barely touched it. It sounds very similar to the demo. And it was like, this just, it works, so let's
Yeah.
not touch it.
Yeah, for sure. No, it happens that way where like the first sometimes like when you first cook it, it's
Mhm.
it's like it's spot on, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Like
Yeah.
you don't want to get in the way of it.
Yeah.
You just want to be there and
Hmm.
let it kind of channel through.
Yeah.
And sometimes you need to clear the way for it to channel through
Mm.
properly. So yeah, we had maybe at the end, like, or not even at the end, because we kept chipping away as we were going. But in the 4 years we were working on this, probably wrote like, oh, I don't know, anything from like 20 to 30 different things, ideas, full
Mm.
songs, whatever. And you just like, you scrap it, you're like, well, let's change that. Let's, merge these two together. Let's like make this an outro and make this a interlude.
Mm.
And, then you start to figure out what it's trying to say, what it wants to be, what
Mm.
message it's trying to, um, you know, convey in the world. And that's
Yeah.
exactly what happened with A Shoe. Like we didn't know that we were making that project when we were making it.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. That's all. And this sometimes that's the best way it happens. You kind of just create. And
Mhm.
in the process of creating, you're getting to that project. I can definitely relate to that. That's very similar to my process a lot of times too.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah. Can you give us the meaning behind the name of the project? I know you said it was it's a word in Nigerian, you said?
It's a Yoruba deity.
Got you, got you, got you.
Yeah. So in Nigeria, there are a bunch of different ethnic groups.
Mhm.
And me personally, my own heritage, my mother is Igbo and my father is Yoruba.
Got
Um, and Eshu, it's funny because I spelt it how it's spelt in the US actually. Um,
you.
and the history of just post transatlantic slave trade,
Yeah.
like so many of our cultures were still continued. And Eshu is the Yoruba deity of crossroads, and is an Orisha that I think has been sort of misunderstood with time. But when when people came over to the States, they kept practicing these traditional like spiritual practices, and Eshu was an Orisha that people would give thanks to. So in the Americas, it's spelled EXU. Like
Mhm.
go to Brazil, for example, it'll be spelled like that. And then in Nigeria, it'll still probably be spelled ESHU. But they're the same. They're the same deity.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I was curious about why there was so much negative um, sort of negative information about this deity when
Mm.
really what they represent is change, and a radical change
Mhm.
that only makes you a better version of yourself. But there's so much like negative portrayal about them being like the devil or being satanic because of that. And because
Yeah.
of that fear that like of change and the chaos maybe and the unpredictability of like the unknown.
Mm.
Um, but I think it's just necessary to yeah, our development. And so I was really just excited to explore that and explore my heritage in that way in music.
Yeah, no, that's dope. I love that. And even the breakdown behind it like makes it really, really cool. And to your point, you know, people usually fear what they don't understand. And
Exactly.
people always misunderstand change. So, you know,
Mhm.
that totally makes sense. I love it.
What's the rest of the project sound like? Can you give us just a couple hints? I mean, what kind of vibes? Is there something
Like,
for everyone? I know those last 3 4 songs you're holding back probably special. So come on, you got to give us a little taste.
um, there's a little bit of like drum and bass, UK drum and bass.
Okay.
There's a little bit of um like dubby sort of influences. Um and
You got any country songs like Beyonce?
you know what? Not on this one,
I bet
but
you
who
could do one if
knows?
you wanted to. Have you thought about
That
it?
has always been, and no, it's actually really funny because that has always been like a dream. But I was like, I don't think that I can do that because I just have no place making a country album. But
Why
it's
not?
like
Just
You
such
do
a
it.
got the voice. You
um,
can get in the bag though. Like when you got the
Yeah.
voice like that, you can totally get in that bag.
Yeah.
I appreciate you giving me that permission. But
Yeah. Yeah. Wave is he's
Beyonce
the
is
country music guy.
no, she's like just the epitome of, you know,
Yeah,
artistry and can do that and do that at such a high level. It's incredible to see.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, you're just gonna have to listen to it. Yeah, I'm excited for you
I
to listen
plan on
to
it.
That makes sense. I
Yeah.
want to ask this kind of a I feel like I don't know when as an artist when I get asked this question,
it.
it's like it's a hard question to answer, but what's like some early inspirations for you that kind of like influenced your style, if any? Maybe you just like, you know, you woke up like that, but
Yeah. Maybe.
uh if you do have any like influences, care to share any?
Definitely. There's so many people that I like have been inspired by and that I feel like I'm in the lineage of.
Mm,
Um, Lauren Hill, I've been so inspired by growing
Good
up.
pick.
mm,
David Bowie,
Good pick.
you know, I love Erica Badu. Uh,
great.
Oh, Wave's got a good Erica Badu story.
I do.
I would love to hear this.
Yeah. Here, I'll tell it real quick. So I was at I don't know if you're familiar with South by Southwest. It's a
Oh yeah, yeah.
yeah, so it's a festival they hold in Austin. And one year, this is during this is at the Mass Appeal stage. So Mass Appeal is this thing that Nas created. It's like a media company, but they had a stage, right? So there's Nas, there's Erykah Badu, and then also I think Ye and Jay were doing the Watch the Throne thing at the time. So I'm at this I'm there with like a bigger artist, my guy Yo Gotti, and I'm just in the background, like I'm in the back behind the stage, and literally I'm just walking through the hallway. Erykah Badu kills it, like nails it, right? She comes down just gracefully. She's like a goddess just floating through the
Could you
hallway.
see her like aura, basically? She was basically floating
Literally,
down. Yeah.
it's like she floated down the stairs. And then I was just sitting there. I'm not gonna lie, like I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was not gonna say nothing. But my manager was a bit older. He's like, yo, Erica. He's like, Erica. He's like, yo, he's a new artist, whatever, whatever. And then she literally sat, she didn't have to do this at all. She stopped, she hugged me. She said, oh my God. She's like, your energy is just amazing. She's like, you're gonna do great. And just sat there and talked to me for like the best auntie in the world, like you could ever meet. We took a photo and everything, but she's just amazing. You know what I mean?
That's so beautiful. I love that you have that memory with her. Like wow.
She's the real
There's
deal.
so much she doesn't have to do that. But yeah, because after like playing on stage, you're already given so much of yourself that then
Yeah.
you're willing to, still connect with someone that you don't know. That's incredible. That's just such a testament to her character.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And
But
yours too.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
she sent something. Wave. You got the
Yeah.
Erica Badu cosign early on in your career.
listen, something rubbed off on me for sure. For
Some of
sure.
her magic.
Absolutely. She did smell amazing as well. She smelled like
She
fine-
looks like she probably would smell good.
she smelled like the finest of oils you could find.
Have you had any moments like that, Halima? I guess any like holy shit moments in your career? I'm sure there's going to be many more to come, but I guess any stick out, maybe some artists you respected checking you out and be like, you're dope. I guess anything the last couple years that's been
I
like
mean,
a wow moment for you.
something that I didn't really expect that felt sort of random or like a little fairy godmother moment. Do you know
Mhm.
the artist Tenny?
I'm
Nigerian
familiar.
artist Tenny?
Mhm.
She's so sick. And I think what she's doing also like the way she's representing a lot of people who haven't um just been like represented in such a positive light and it's so empowering. But she DM'd me one day and she was like, "You're amazing. I need to know where you are." And I and I was
Hey,
like, "Is this like a hack?"
yeah.
And
Should I answer this question?
I was just so caught off guard. And I was like, "How did you find me? Like, what? You're this huge like Nigerian star." And not even beyond Nigerian. It's just like she's so cool. And I think um she's so singular in like what she's doing. And it was so nice to have her like see me even at such an early stage, I feel, in my career,
Mhm.
and just recognize that like what you're doing is really important and just keep going. Um, but yeah, that was something that I was, and then she just disappeared. It was like
Like into thin air. She's gone.
there. So I was like, okay, if all I needed was like, that just like shared love, hey, I see you, then
Good,
that's
good
that's
enough,
good
right?
enough. Yeah, like 'cause she's so busy. Like she was, all over. She was at Coachella. She was so I don't even know how she had enough time to be DMing me and then have a conversation in the first
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, yeah, that was a really cool moment. And I kind
No.
of freaked out my family because my family all like know her and
Hmm.
are
Nice.
obsessed. You know?
Yeah. No,
You're
that's
like,
fire.
guess who just texted me, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Those
nice
mo-
moment.
those moments are important too, though, because as artists, we like sometimes, we're just so in grind mode, you know what I mean? And sometimes those moments like kind of just stop you for a minute and say like, hey, you're on your way, like you know what I mean? You're on the right path.
Exactly. It just felt like that. So
Mhm.
I was like, all right, I'm gonna keep going.
When did you move to New York?
I moved when I was 18.
Okay.
Yeah. And I moved for school. So I went to the Clive Davis Institute at NYU. And yeah, and then I just stayed here ever since.
Yeah, we were just in New York a couple months, like end of February. It was my first time there. It's fun. It's very like anxiety inducing.
Yeah, you could describe it as that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's, but I'm from Lagos, so New York is honestly like nothing in comparison. Lagos is nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But New York, I get it. It's definitely
It's a little
anxiety.
bigger than Milwaukee. I think it's just the public transportation and just everyone walking so fast, basically.
Yeah, no, you cannot like stop and pause and look up because people will push you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, Wave and I were fitting in. We weren't doing any of that dumb, like looking around like tourists, like
okay,
taking
good.
pictures for 4 hours of like a tree or anything like that.
We was in go mode for sure. We was in New York mode, I would say.
Yeah, we fit right
Soon as,
in.
soon as you hop off, fast paced walking to the next destination.
Yeah, just keep
Okay, okay.
moving, keep moving, keep moving. When did you start making music?
Um, I started making music when I was 9. So I learned piano, like classical piano,
Nice.
when I was a kid, and then I got to a point after I did like my grade 1, and my mom was so proud of me,
Yeah.
and I remember I think I just totally ruined it for her because I was like, I don't want to be playing these dead white composers' music anymore.
There's a lot of dead white composers. Can you
Oh
believe that? Can you believe that?
yeah,
Like some of these guys, like Beethoven, Mozart, how the hell was anyone like composing symphonies at like 8, whatever crazy young age there? It's just bizarre to me. There's,
insane, insane. I
uh,
mean, obviously, so much power to them. Like the music is incredible, but I
yeah,
was just like,
there's
I
got to be
don't.
better music. You wanted something different to play.
Yeah, I was like, I want to play my music, and I didn't even realize that was anything that I was saying anything, you know, remotely like, I don't even know how to describe it. Just I didn't realize I was challenging anything. I was just like, why wouldn't I play mine?
Nah,
Right.
fact. I feel you. You like, yo, where the culture at? That's what you.
Yeah,
You could just
literally
tell.
what I was
You could
saying.
just you could
It's
just tell
natural.
from an early age while you're playing it. You're like, this is kind of boring.
I was
Not my
like,
thing.
it's not hitting the same as
I
it was
feel
coming
you.
from me. So I was like, I want to make my own music. I started making like little piano like motifs and things like this. And then I
Yeah.
formed my first little band
Mhm.
um to perform at the summer fair. It was me on piano. Actually, no, it was me on guitar. This is when I started learning guitar. Mom was
You
like,
play guitar too. How many instruments you play?
uh
A lot.
badly, like three, quite poorly. But with guitar, my mom was like, "You're already having piano lessons. We're not doing guitar." And I was like, "Please, like this is how songwriters. This is how what I'm seeing. They play guitar. I want to do this." And
Yeah.
she's like, I don't know about this one." So like, I saved all my pocket money, and I bought myself a guitar. And then for the summer fair, I formed me on guitar. Wrote this little song. Me on guitar. My friend Yasmin singing backing vocals. My other friend Anshul. Shout out Yasmin and Anshul. I don't even.
Wow.
Shout out.
Out the homies.
This is
Shout
the
out the
home
homies.
in like second grade. He played the trumpet, and we've had this band, and we played the summer fair, and it was an original song. And I remember like feeling so fulfilled by playing an original piece with people that also could like showcase their own talents and like just to an audience. And I was like, this I want to keep doing. And
Mhm.
it was very clear in my mind. I was like, all right, however I can keep doing this thing, we're like we got something here.
Yeah,
And and yeah, since then I've been making music.
that's awesome. I love that. I love the fact that you were like, you're took all your talents in like all these different areas and then just combined them. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like the
Yeah.
piano, guitar, the writing, the production, all of that, and just like mashed it together.
You
I didn't even know
seem
it was separate things. I was like,
you just
it's
did
a
it.
yeah, one production. Like it's so fun. It's such it was
Yeah.
just
Right.
expressive, yeah,
Do
meeting.
do you DJ?
I DJ a little bit, but mostly my girlfriend's an incredible DJ.
Do you have a funny, cool DJ name?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
No.
My DJ name is just my name. But my girlfriend's DJ name is Honey Bun. And
Honey
Honey
bun?
Bun.
Yeah.
That's
wow.
fire. I was just gonna say, like, I could totally hear your like when I listen to your music, like even not just this EP, but like even like previous releases. I'm like, when I hear the production, I'm like, you could probably DJ your ass off, honestly. Like, mix it up for real, for real.
That's so nice. Maybe I should get into my DJ bag a little
Why
more.
not? Just do it.
mean,
Got
listen,
Beyonce making country albums. Why don't you go? Why don't you become a DJ?
if you ever make a playlist, please send it to me.
Yeah, please send it
Oh,
over
I
here.
have one on Spotify right now.
I
Oh,
bet. Say less. I'm gonna go get that. I'm gonna
Go
go
yeah.
get.
get it. It's called Thursday Be My Love.
Thursday be my love. Even the playlist title is fire. Good job. You just know what you're doing. You seem like you're a very modest person, but can you tell me at what age did you realize you're like, I got this music shit. I'm gonna be
I
a
got
star.
this.
I'm gonna be a
I don't
star.
know.
Or this is what I'm gonna do. Or this is what I'm gonna do with my life, and I think I can do it. Let's rephrase
I
that.
don't know if I got this.
You don't
Even
think you do?
this now.
Okay.
Maybe not like I was gonna be a star, but like maybe that I'm gonna just do this until I can't do this anymore.
Mhm.
Probably like when I got to secondary school. Yeah, and then I just started writing a ton. It was like every day writing, and I formed a little punk band when I was like 13 with some people. But everyone kind of treated it as a hobby, which I understand. Like it's music is something, that can be that. But I knew
Yeah.
for myself, I was like, nah, like this is
it.
Nah. This isn't a hobby. This is
like
life.
I'm really, yeah, I was like, oh, I'm really, really committed to this. Like I'm seeing my friends aren't really quite as much. And so I need to find the people who are also like this
Right.
because it's a borderline obsession for me right now. And so once I clocked that, going to music school was like, oh my God, my people are here. Everyone's here.
Right.
Like, yeah, it's crazy. Like this shit is just consuming them. Like I would be making music up in my room. Mom would call me downstairs. Food's ready. Wouldn't come down an hour, 2 hours. She'll have to come up, bring the food to me. I will stay up
You're in the
hours,
laboratory.
and she was just like, I can't stop this girl from doing this. Like, it's not, and that's when I realized, like, oh, no one is telling me to do this. Like, I'm so addicted to it.
Mm-hmm.
So probably around then, and it's still the same thing now. Like, I
Yeah.
just,
You know it's real. I always say it's real when you start putting money into it. You know what I
oh,
mean? Like, I remember being in high
and
school,
your
like
hard-earned
literally,
money is going, just
yeah, literally putting the check into like mics and speakers and all that type of stuff, buying software, all of that.
Yeah.
all of that. Like, yeah, you're investing in yourself. You
Mm-hmm.
know?
Were you
So
missing out on some good meals then? Was your mother a good cook? Were you
I
like skipping some
was.
really, really good food?
She was just, it's like, it's gonna get cold. And it's like, I felt bad. But I wasn't doing it on purpose. I was just so locked in. I'd be like, I'm coming. And then I
Yeah.
think, oh, it's only been like 10 minutes and it's been an hour. But
Right.
you just get lost in the flow, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But yeah, I still forget to eat sometimes now, but
I feel it.
I mean,
I
I
feel
don't
it.
think I ever do. Very rarely. I like food, but I can see it. That's awesome. What do you think? What's like your least favorite things about being an artist? Is it just the constant? I mean, being this passionate probably has its drawbacks sometimes.
Yeah, I would say like social media is my least favorite part. And like um having to, yeah, just spend time making sure that that is like you're on top of that because it's taking time away from
Sound
like I don't
familiar, Wave?
even, you said what?
I said, sound familiar, Wave?
Oh,
No, absolutely. No, no,
Yeah,
no. I want to let her get her thought off, but I'm gonna definitely piggyback off what you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah.
it just sometimes to me, and it's like the nature of the music industry now today has shifted so much where the artist has to take on that responsibility of promoting themselves and promoting their shows and um, you know, like content creation and all these things that are just not really about the
Music.
music.
Yeah.
And then find it very difficult to to discover artists who are really about the music, like authentically, that aren't like super, super active on social media. You're missing out on such incredible music. But it's
Right.
like you have to, if you want it to be holistic, like you have to do it all to an extent. And I feel like, me personally, I'm just lucky now that I do have people on a team that I work with that are really helping offload that sort of um that weight because you can't do this alone.
Mhm.
Um, but it's still you still have to have the social media presence and it's a way to like grow your career. It's one of the like main ways that
Mhm.
people
Right.
emphasize. But yeah, piggyback off it, right?
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say it's cool to hear your perspective from it because I'm always talking from a rapper's perspective, and there's all kinds of artists, you know what I mean? But it's interesting to hear that we all have similar feelings towards social media because I'm totally the same way. Like you were saying, nowadays, especially in this climate, as artists, we are the marketers. Like we market ourselves, we basically distribute ourselves pretty much. And then like social media is our commercial, right? Like we have to basically build our brand up and promote ourselves from the social. So you kind of don't get a break. It'd be like the time, whatever time that you were gonna chill or like go hang out or do this or
Yeah,
whatever, you gotta turn that. They're like, film this, film that, film this, film that.
Yeah.
You gotta turn everything into content. And then, like you said, if you don't, then it's almost like, oh, you're not doing everything you could do to, get yourself out there. So it's like you have to find this balance between finding time to be an artist, a human, and then also promoting yourself. And it can be draining. It does get draining. Like some days I'll be forgetting to take my phone and do one of these, you know what I mean? Uh,
Right. It can like lead to burnout. I've seen it lead to burnout.
Right.
mhm,
You know, a lot of people who are incredible, incredible artists, but
mhm,
you have to find, yeah, what works for you and sustain it. I'm always thinking now, like consistency is so key. If you
mhm.
try to rush anything, if you're trying to like do something in an intense way just to get somewhere quick, doesn't last.
Right.
You know, so you got
Would
to
you
post.
be would you be very, very low key on social media if you weren't an artist? Would you be like very not posting a lot?
Oh yeah, I didn't have it.
Absolutely.
I didn't have Instagram until I was 17. And
Okay.
which is like I'm saying that now and it's like that's young. No. Kids have Instagram
I
since
know.
they're like 11, 10. Do you know what I mean? It's very
Mhm.
young. I only got it because my someone was like, "Oh, you should like post your music here."
You're like,
Same
oh,
thing with Bandcamp and SoundCloud. I was like, "Oh, you should post your music." I was just doing things. People be like, "Yo, maybe you should try this," and I'd be like, "Okay, yeah, you're probably right." And then with Instagram, my Instagram was private till I was 21. It was like, and everyone was like, Halima, if you want to be an artist, like it needs to be public." And I was like,
you're like,
"What?"
oh yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. You figured it out
So
though.
I figured it out. I'm still figuring it out, you know.
Yeah, we
But
all
yeah,
are.
I would not have a social media presence.
Yeah.
Um, it just, yeah, like I would be a word of mouth person. I'd like be
Yeah.
Yeah.
pretty
I
low
feel
key.
that. I had to be coached too. They had to literally I signed a deal at 19 and
Uh,
literally I hated I'm talking about I hated social media. It made my skin crawl. And they were literally like, they'd be like, bro, pick your phone up. You gotta do it like this. You gotta do it over. They'd
Do it
make
like
me
this.
they literally make me do it over like millions of times and then post it. So, I feel you. I had a couple questions I want to ask. One about the various places that the like different countries that you've been to. Um, what's can you give us like your favorite or maybe just a favorite experience in like another country?
oh yeah.
Mm.
Good question.
Shit. Oh, I can pick one. Um,
We got time. You can name a couple.
I feel like okay, I had really cool experiences um in South Africa,
Mhm.
Kenya. I loved just like the landscape is stunning.
Yeah.
Um, so like the same thing in South Africa, like Table Mountain, like oh my God, you're just standing in the clouds. It's incredible.
That's
Um,
amazing.
and I was very lucky to go on a school trip actually. Like shout out Hendon School back in the day. Um, they had such amazing programs. It was a public school, but like we would fundraise. We fundraised for this trip to South Africa. We spent like 3 years raising money to go and did a little exchange program. But that was incredible. One of the most formative experiences for me. And
Yeah.
now like seeing the music coming out of South Africa, it's like is wild, you
Yeah.
know. It's so so cool. Um, and like the diaspora in general. But I know I'm naming African countries because like
Oh no,
no,
no, you're good. Have you ever been to Ghana?
yes, I have. Actually, I'm a quarter Ghanaian. So
That's
there's like my uncle, my great uncle, he's there and all of his family is there. Ghana's beautiful.
Yeah, my older brother is going to school over there in this summer. This summer. Yeah, yeah,
Where will
yeah.
he be? In Accra?
I am not sure exactly what area he's gonna be in, but I know he just finished he was going to Marcus Garvey's college in LA, just finished school there, and now him and a friend that is also from Ghana are gonna enroll in a school that's actually in Ghana in the summer.
That's awesome.
Yes. So I gotta tell him to check you out because he's all about it. He's all about it.
Oh, yeah,
Yes, yes, yes.
lovely.
Okay, I have another question because your locks look amazing. How long have you been growing? Have you cut them? Because listen, what I mean, I've been growing mine for a
Yeah,
minute, but you know what I'm
I was
saying?
doing
You
it.
guys are both just showing off at this point.
You looking good over there. The hair is just hairing, you know.
Oh, thank you. Oh no, your locks are lovely.
Thanks. I'm
Yeah,
inspired. You inspired me to, yeah, you know what I mean? I had to let him know. What's the lock journey like though? How long you been growing yours?
I locked my hair during the pandemic because I was like, you know, I don't
Yeah.
know what to do. Okay, I'm just gonna do it now. I thought I was gonna lock my hair like when I was like in my 60s and have all these like gray locks, but I just on a whim did it myself in 2020, and then I cut them beginning of last year before I went on my first opener tour,
Mm,
and I really like that cut. I cut it and then I dyed the front like this sort of reddish orange color,
mm.
and now it's just growing back out, but it's like layered with
Yeah,
the like it being grown out, and I
yeah.
think I'm just gonna let it grow like indefinitely.
So funny story. You say you locked yours during the pandemic. During the pandemic, I cut mine off. I had locks for like 8 years. They
Oh
were
my
like,
God.
yes, I had them for 8 years. They were down here. During the
Oh, they used to
pandemic,
be really long. They did.
yeah, during the pandemic, I was going crazy in the house and I just straight up cut them off.
Yeah.
I cut them all off myself. And then just recently, I think 2022, I twisted mine myself too. I've never got my hair done like in a salon. I always do it myself.
It's spiritual. It's like this is your crown, you know?
Mm,
So I totally get it. Like I was going to the salon a bit. I found a really, really great salon with
mm,
women that I like
mm,
feel like they really care and they
mm.
cultivate such a beautiful space. Shout out Peach Wall. In
Shout out, shout
Shout
out.
out. You've been shouting out everyone. You're so nice.
yeah, and you have to. It's community,
It's
man.
karma. Good karma.
But recently, I've just gone back to doing it myself because I was like, oh, this is actually self-care. Like, I actually need this moment with myself as well. As much as I love them, like,
Mm,
it's special occasions, I'll go to them, but on the regular, like, I need this time with myself.
mm.
Um, so I get it. Like, and it's gonna grow, it's gonna continue growing beautifully, you know, because you're putting that love
Yeah,
back into yourself. Yeah.
absolutely. Love that. I had to ask though. I had that because your hair looks good.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Man, if I want to just, if I'm going crazy and I want to make a drastic change, all I can do is like give myself a mustache or something. It's not fair. I can't just go.
That's not, hey, the beard is looking good.
Thank you. I cleaned up today. We had a big guest, so I had to look good. But we still have a little bit more time off. So let's talk about what happens the rest of the year after your project drops. What's the game plan? You got any big festivals you're playing, shows, anything like that? Walk us through kind of the plan for the rest of 2024 as we get into summer.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Like starting today, yeah, it's something to look forward to for sure. Um,
Do you write better depending on the season?
you know, that's such a great question.
Thank you.
I think I definitely I go through bouts, but in the summertime, from in the last 5 years, I would say I'd always write a lot in the summertime.
What about you,
I
Wave?
write a lot about the summer. Like I say July in like three different songs, I think. I just
Oh, so
noticed that.
July, you are all about the summer.
I'm all about July. I'm all about like uh in retrospect the summer, like reflecting on the summer.
Yeah.
Um,
All those good. Yeah, there's a lot of good songs about or sad songs. Happy songs,
yeah,
sad songs about summers.
but it's also the summer going into the fall, I think
Yeah,
is my like sweet spot to
right.
write to. But you know,
That
it's
is a
like
good time. That's a great time.
I love a good summer track though. Like
Yeah.
that kind of song feels like I can keep listening to a summer track throughout the year. Um,
I was getting summer vibes from your two songs that you've dropped so far off the new project.
yeah,
I don't know, I just it just makes me want to move around a little bit. So that to me, that's summer.
that's great then. Yeah, let's do that vibe. Summer. Um, so for the summer, we have two release shows.
Cool.
One in New York, June 7th at Union Pool, and then the second one's going to be in LA, June 12th.
Oh, look at you, New York and LA. All right.
So this is technically like my first show in LA as well, which I'm
Nice.
really excited for. Like I got so much early love from LA when I started putting music out. So I feel like this is finally like I'm coming back to it's like it'll be like a homecoming, you
Nice.
know, early supporters. Um, and then I will be upstate in like September for a festival.
Mm.
And yeah, and in between, like I'm gonna be in Paris next week.
Ooh,
So hopefully, like
you got a
uh,
show?
what we'll see, we'll see. It's
Oh,
like,
you're just gonna pull up wherever you want, be like, you're gonna let me sing whether you like it or not.
yeah,
We gonna manifest that one for you.
Yeah, let's
Manifest that.
thank
manifest that.
you,
Oh yeah.
thank you.
What do we got to do to get you to Milwaukee?
Oh my God. Well, we should keep having chats. I'm
Okay.
gonna. I think last week I chatted with some folks from Milwaukee as well. Like you guys have been very, very supportive, which has been so lovely. Like I was not expecting it at all.
Well, you got two new fans, and I can just speak as a fan of you both. I feel like you two could make a good song together, so you should keep that in mind.
I really want to listen to your music, Wave.
It's
For
good.
sure. I'll definitely I'll send some music over for sure. You can check it out.
Yeah.
I'm a very like I'm very hip hop, like not like not like mainstream today type hip hop. So if that makes sense. People always say I'm like, I hate comparisons, one, because I don't want to like I never like
I can say
people
it for you, Wave, if you
people
want.
people would put like a name on you and be like, oh, that's a really big name. But like people always compare me to like a Drake or like even a Kendrick, where it's like I think just because I use words, like you can understand what I'm saying. I'm very clear
Let's
with
say
my
more J. Cole sounding than
or
Kendrick.
J.
You
Cole,
don't
yeah.
do like you don't do the different voices like Kendrick does, I think.
Yeah. Or J. Cole. Yeah, J. Cole's a good J. Cole's
Basically, he's a combination of every great rapper ever.
Every
I mean, it's
but
not
I
bad.
hear
No,
it
he's
in your
got
voice though. I hear the character.
he can sing. He's got vibey songs. He can sing a little bit. He's got slow songs, turn up songs. He's very talented. So
yeah. Kyle, he boosts me up, so I love it.
I mean, that's what I'm here for. Don't make me. I got to start singing your songs too. I could, but why don't we? Wait. Why don't you hit her with the go home question? We really appreciate your time. This is the our trademark section of our show. Wave always brings it home. So why don't we bring it home, Wave?
All right, yeah. So this is our question we ask every guest. We always meet just very, very talented people, very insightful people. And as you being one of those people, can you leave us with a mantra that you live by? It could be really deep, it could be very simple, but just leave us and the listeners off with a mantra.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Mm,
Mm.
Take your time too.
One that has been I don't know if it's a mantra, but it's something that I've been like trying to just remind myself of lately is like forget being perfect,
Mm,
just show up. And I
mm,
think that I was also reminded of that when like Jay-Z gave his speech at the Grammys, the most recent Grammys, and he was like, you gotta show up, you just gotta keep showing up,
mm,
even when, you know, the circumstance, even when they call you this, when they call you a genius, yada yada yada. And I think you can just apply that to um anything you're navigating in your life. Doesn't matter if you're an artist or whatever. Like showing up for yourself, I think is so important. And something I've been really just trying to remind myself of and like meditate on that. Like forget about being perfect because you could try to be perfect and then just not show up.
right.
And like that's, um, it just doesn't benefit anyone. So showing up
Yeah.
and and yeah, as simple as that.
Love it. Just show up.
Just
Yeah,
showing
That's
up.
half
I
the
love
battle. It's a battle. It's a big part of the battle.
you
that.
know.
Love that. Love that. Well, we appreciate it. We really do.
Did you have fun today?
I did. This was so fun. It went by so quickly.
I know we could. You're gonna have to come back soon. Especially we can debut your guys' song together right here. A show on Riverwest Radio exclusive. How's that sound?
Ah,
That's
I love it.
amazing.
I love
Yeah,
it.
and give us the date one more time for the project. When is the
Yeah.
project?
Project drops May 24th. If you
Mhm.
guys happen to find yourself in New York, we're having a party May 23rd at
Ooh.
Mansions. Really cute club bar
Yeah.
that, yeah, a lot of my friends play at, and it's just so fun. I got like a carpet and like natural wine. But yeah, May 24th, the EP drops.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah,
Nice.
Say,
just keep a
say
lookout.
Say less.
Absolutely.
We'll be looking out for it.
You got two friends for life in Milwaukee now. So whenever you need to come here, you got two people that'll show you around. Wave could probably show you more than I can. He's been here longer, but you're safe here. You got it.
Okay. I want to take a trip out there.
Oh, this is the time from like now until September is probably the time you want to come.
Time? Okay.
It gets cold.
Okay.
All right.
But yeah, you have a beautiful rest of your day. We appreciate your time.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Wade. Thank you, Kyle.
In a whole nother zone. Yeah. Look, ayy, I'm in a whole nother energy zone. I drop heat, but they sleep on it like memory foam. I touch down and celebrate like I ain't been here before. Take it to the top and make sure that my niggas can go. Spit facts, y'all know. Every time I drop quotes, swear they tried to keep us out the game, but the lock broke. Dive for your shorty like I'm jumping off the top rope. And the flow make them go, whoa, I'm Pop Smoke. I shake the room every time I'm making moves. Making tunes, chasing cash, you was chasing views. Grew up on that north side where they take you full. Every time I come up with a flow, bet I make the news. All these niggas claiming that they goats, must be April Fools. And your shorty put up to the show like she ain't with you. Shit, she just wanna be around me more. She just want the Dior, some brand new Dior. Ricky Bobby, you ain't first, you in last place. It don't make no sense if you on back chase. Need it now, everything fast paced. Sweet victory, it never leave a bad taste. Yeah. Call it sweet victory, it never leave a bad taste. Feel like sweet victory, it never leave a bad taste. I'm talking sweet like lemonade and champagne. Start the wave and I let them join the campaign. How I do it, I did it my way. I did it independent, so I did it like Jay. Yeah, that mean I got the whole nation rocking. From a dream to a stream to a bank deposit. I turned the fling to a queen if you think about it. I put the cash on the table, she just came to count it. Yeah, I gotta bounce to find benefit and walking with the faith. I've been believing when niggas didn't. You know the game, niggas switch up on you any minute. Then hit you up like it's been a minute. I seen that movie 100 times like paid in full. They gon' write the script in they favor to watch you play the fool. I ain't tripping, I'm just chilling with a plate of food. Talking shake and bake, I'ma make it zoom. Ricky Bobby, you ain't first, you in last place. It don't make no sense if you on back chase. Need it now, everything fast paced. Sweet victory, it never leave a bad taste. Yeah. Call it sweet victory, it never leave a bad taste. Feel like sweet victory, it never leave